Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast with the Talk Skin Academy and myself, Kate. So today we're going to talk about sales, retail sales. I think the bugbear of all therapists' existence, right? Like we hate it when your management or you've got to think about retail sales. And I hope at the end of this podcast, I'm going to empower you to start thinking as retail sales as a positive thing in your business, not a negative thing. And trust me, I have been there. So let me take you back a few years. Now, as a lot of you, if you've watched a few podcasts back, my first ever job was with Steiner, One Spa World. And Steiner are on the cruise ships and they want you to sell retail because majority of the services that we make would go to the actual cruise line and all of the retail would go to Steiner. And because I was in what they call the top money making column, which was the facial column, I had an awful lot of pressure and I had huge weekly targets. And I did not hit those targets at all for the first couple of months because I didn't know how to sell skincare for the absolute life of me. I got told how to sell skincare, the ingredients, how to sell the product, who the skincare is for, but I didn't actually get taught how to educate to sell. I just got told to sell. And this is the majority of the issue that you're going through. You're told how to sell, but not actually how to connect to sell. And so this is kind of what we're going to talk about today in this particular podcast. So I'm going to take you back, like I said. When I first started with Steiner, I was making between about $300 to $500, and I was in dollars because I was working on the cruise ships. So $300 to $500, which is around about probably say 100 to 200 pounds in UK money. If you're anywhere else, I don't have a clue. So not bad. I mean, I did a poll on the Talk Skin Academy's Instagram not that long ago, and 86% of you said that you make less than £100 in retail a week, which is just insane. And so it tells me two things, and we'll go into those two things towards the end. So when it comes to retail, what I realized is that there is a way of doing it. The first thing I realized is that people don't like being sold to, right? They do not like being sold to. And so what I started to do, I started to create a system. The system was building a relationship. If people needed to get to know me, I needed for them to get to know me very quickly because, again, most of us are on a time frame, right? We're 15 minutes max? We've got to get to know our clients, do consultation, get them on the bed, do the treatment, get them off the bed, recommend. Like, it's a quick process. So I had to learn a system that allowed me to make a quick connection very quickly. And it started off from the handshake, and it started off with specific questions that I asked each of my customers to get the answers that I needed to be, one, to be able to wow them with their facial, and two, be able to understand where their skincare was, to be able to either recommend a whole new routine or to maybe implement a couple of ingredients that their skin needed based on their lifestyle and what they would tell me their skin was going through. And so the skin expert consultation system was starting to take form. And so what I realized is that the first thing that you have to do is you have to build a relationship with your customers. You have to find out about them. What are their lifestyles? What are their hobbies? What are their stress levels? Their stress levels massively impact their skin. For instance, did you know that when it comes to your estrogen levels, your progesterone levels, and your testosterone levels, those hormones, those pesky hormones that make and basically break us, a lot of the receptors in our skin, facial skin, the majority of them are here, right here on our facial skin, and compared to everywhere else in the body, which basically means that stress massively impacts the facial skin in such a either positive way. Think of pregnancy, when there's a bunch of estrogen flying around the body because they're creating a baby, that skin glows. That's why we got that beautiful glow, right? But as soon as we hit menopause and our estrogen levels are on the floor, what does our customers tell us? My skin looks like it's falling on the floor. It's changed overnight. It's all down to hormones, and stress affects the hormones. So knowing how stressed they are is not a simple question as, oh, how stressed are you? 6. Oh, okay, moving on. That massively indicates as to why the skin could be doing a certain thing. So I started learning all about this as well, because again, I wasn't taught any of this. I had to go and educate myself on all of this information that I was trying to find out from my American clients. The one thing that I loved about Americans is that they actually knew more than me. So the American education is very different to the British. When in the British education, you're taught massage, facials, manicures, pedicures, the whole damn thing, right? In America, if you're a facialist, you're an esthetician. So that's all you focus on. You're basically like a miniature dermatologist. That's what you kind of learn. That's how to talk skin and facials. But you say in the UK, we're not taught that way. We're taught to know everything. And we get told now as we get older that, you niche down on one thing and become good at one thing. But when you actually go through your education, you're just taught to know everything and be good at everything. I mean, it's impossible to be good at everything unless you're in it for 20, 30 years. Anyway, moving on, another rant for another day. So I realized then that the building that relationship was down to how I asked those questions and then the following questions that led once they'd give me their answers. That then allowed me to get the information. Like I said, if you want your clients to really open up to you, they have to like you. Like, they're not going to tell you how stressed they are or why they're stressed if they don't like you. So if you're finding that your consultations are quiet, that there's tumbleweed just flying across the floor as you ask questions and there's really no response, it's because you haven't done the first thing, the fundamental thing of allowing your client to actually like you. So if you're going to work on one thing first, just work on getting people to like you in a very short amount of time. One of the ways you can do that is the handshake, and we'll go into that another time. So next is the information, and the information is only through building that relationship. Then the education, then that's when you get, that's when you start to wow your clients. That's when you can literally transform their whole opinion of you. Talking about how your estrogen levels and the receptors are connected majority to your facial skin. How testosterone, if you've got a kid that's going through puberty and they're getting tons of spots, the reason being is because testosterone is linked to the sebaceous gland, the oil gland, and when they hit their puberty, their sebaceous glands double in size, and on top of that, testosterone is going crazy around the body to fuel a strong boy or a strong girl. And so they're going to get breakouts because of what's going on internally to build a strong human being. How do we deal with that? Well, now you know why it's happening. Let's explain what you do to get rid of it or to support it. You can't get rid of it because if there's no physical way, skincare, no matter what they say, no matter how good their marketing is, cannot support hormones going crazy to build a body. They can't. So you telling them this makes more sense to them. You're not then just trying to sell a load of products. You're making them understand why their concerns are happening or why their loved ones' concerns are happening. And guess what? You are their expert. You are their guru. You might be brand new to the industry, but you know more than that person in that room. So yes, you will be the expert. And this is how you become phenomenal at retail sales, because you haven't just gone straight to this has got salicylic acid and this does XYZ and this exfoliates the skin, because we know for a fact that actually a young skin shouldn't be over exfoliated because it causes barrier impairment, which then causes sensitivity. I mean, for instance, right? So one of my students, she's doing a level 2 in Ireland because she can't come to me because it's too far away to do a qualification in level 2 facials. I totally get that. So she decided to go and work and go and get her qualification from a college, no less. The lecturer that was teaching her at the time asked her a simple question: what cleanser should you use on an oil-based skin? My student replied back, oil. Which she then replied back, no, you use Clearasil. Clearasil! Like, Clearasil! Like, this is what lecturers in 2023 are teaching you guys, the youth, the beauty therapists of the next generation, that Clearasil, which is the opposite of what you should be using on an acne skin, is being taught in a freaking college. I mean, And we wonder why we can't sell shit, just because you get told to sell Clearasil. Anyway, and this is the problems that we're having, right? Because then what happens then is you sell Clearasil. Clearasil doesn't work. So not only are you debranding Clearasil, but you're also debranding yourself. Because remember, and this is one thing you're going to hear from me time and time again, you are your biggest asset. It's not your products, it's not your equipment, it's you. People come for facials and for skin expertise because you have that knowledge. And this is what, if you're struggling to retail, if you're struggling to build connections, it all comes down to your consultation. It's the most important part of your entire business, because without that consultation, you do not build connections. Those connections do not then stay with you, and they do not recommend you, because you haven't done that. First and foremost is you build that connection, that relationship that bonds you two together, that stops her from going to anyone else, because she's loyal to you, because you have not just tried to sell her a product or a facial for God knows what reasons. You've sold her a product, you've sold her a facial course because you've listened to her, you found out her pain points, and you've educated her on those pain points. This is what makes you phenomenal. This is what's going to build your business, and this is what's going to make you succeed in a very, very, very busy industry, especially facials. So I'm going to end it there now, because I think we've had enough rants for today. But I hope you understand that you are your biggest asset, not your skincare, not anything else. It's you. So if you're wondering what you need to do next to help build your business, it's start focusing on what you don't know. And if consultations have been one thing that you actually didn't even think of that could be a huge detriment to your business, then this is where maybe, remember, we've got Black Friday currently going on with the Skin Expert Consultation course, which is the course that I put together, that is all of my techniques, tips, and advice on how to build the best consultation, including knowing everything you need to know about the anatomy of the skin. There's 2 modules, there's 2 full hours just on those things. How to talk acne to your clients, diagrams, videos, everything. It's literally a very visual presentation, very visual course, because I'm a visual learner and the majority of you guys are as well. How to talk aging skin, and we go through collagen, elastin, sugars, everything that you need to know to wow your clients. We go through then dry, dehydrated and sensitive skin, and then once a quarter we all jump on a live. You're invited to come jump on a live with me, and I talk you through how to actually utilize the routine that your clients are going to do at home, so you can teach them how to get the best out of their products and their ingredients, which again leads you to be their absolute expert in getting the best skin of their lives. And that's exactly what you want, right? For a business, you want your clients to have the best experience and the best skin. So if you are interested in learning more and increasing your knowledge and expertise, then this is something that I'd highly recommend. And right now there's 30% off, which basically means that the course is normally $350 and at the moment it's just $245. So if you are interested, pop yourself over to my website and you can get the link, you can go and get it, and pretty much then you can go and start researching and basically increasing your knowledge straight away. But that's just something if you wish to do. So look forward to the next chat with you. Like I said, any questions, pop onto YouTube, pop your questions underneath this particular video of me having a full-on rant about Clearasil. And I will see you next time. And yeah, look forward to seeing you. Bye.